Ever pondered how sexuality forms an integral part of your personality according to Freud? As we unspool the theories of Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, we'll find that he certainly believed so. Freud posited that sexuality is a key driving force in human behavior, playing a significant role in shaping our personalities. Now, to understand this perspective, we need to familiarize ourselves with Freud's three-part model of the psyche: the ID, ego, and superego. The ID, driven by primal urges and desires, is the raw, unfiltered part of our psyche. The ego, on the other hand, is the conscious, rational part that seeks to satisfy the ID's desires in socially acceptable ways. Lastly, the superego, our moral compass, strives to control the ID's impulses and guide the ego's actions towards moral behavior. So that's a basic understanding of Freud's perspective. But how does this tie into sexuality? Well, let's delve deeper. According to Freud, our sexual development actually begins in childhood. Surprised? Well, let's delve into it. Freud proposed a theory of psychosexual development which has 5 stages: the oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital stages. Each of these stages focuses on a particular erogenous zone and the pleasure derived from it. Starting with the oral stage, this is the infancy period up to 1 year. Here, the child's pleasure centers are in the mouth. Activities like feeding and teething are pivotal and can create a lifelong imprint. The next stage is the anal stage, between 1 and 3 years. This is when children learn control, particularly with potty training. A successful passage through this stage can lead to a sense of accomplishment and independence. Following this is the phallic stage, from 3 to 6 years. Here, Freud suggested that children become aware of their bodies and recognize differences between males and females. This is also when the notorious Oedipus and Electra complexes come into play. Then we have the latency stage, from 6 years to puberty. During this stage, sexual urges are repressed, and children focus more on same-sex friendships and hobbies. It's a bit of a break in the sexual development journey. Finally, we arrive at the genital stage, from puberty onwards. This is when people start to develop a strong sexual interest in the opposite sex. If previous stages have been successfully navigated, individuals should be well-balanced, warm, and caring. Now, if there's a hitch at any of these stages, Freud believed it could lead to fixation and impact adult behavior. For instance, an individual stuck in the oral stage might develop habits like smoking or overeating. These stages, according to Freud, significantly contribute to the development of one's sexuality and personality. In essence, Freud believed our childhood experiences significantly shape our adult sexuality. But what if these theories are applied to your personal life? Scene script. Can understanding Freud's theories help you embrace your own sexuality? Absolutely. Delving into Freud's theories can offer a profound insight into your own sexual desires and behaviors. His theories suggest that our sexual preferences and behaviors are not random, but rather, they're deeply rooted in our subconscious minds, molded by our early life experiences. Sexuality, in Freud's view, is not solely about physical attraction or sexual activities. Instead, it encompasses a broad spectrum of desires, fantasies, and emotional responses. Embracing this perspective can help us better understand and accept our own unique sexual identities. Now let's talk about the importance of acknowledging and resolving any sexual conflicts or fixations. Freud believed that unresolved sexual fixations from our early developmental stages could lead to neurotic behaviors in adulthood. By confronting and resolving these conflicts, we can achieve a healthier and more satisfying sexual life. This process, however, isn't as straightforward as it sounds. Here's where the role of the ID, ego, and superego comes into play. Freud proposed these 3 entities as parts of our psyche that manage our desires, including sexual ones. The ID represents our raw, instinctual desires, including sexual ones. It seeks immediate gratification and operates on the pleasure principle. The superego, on the other hand, represents the moral and societal standards we've internalized. It strives for perfection and can often suppress the ID's desires if they're deemed inappropriate. Then there's the ego, the reality-based part of the psyche that mediates between the ID and the superego. It seeks to satisfy the ID's desires in a socially acceptable manner. Understanding these 3 entities can help us manage our sexual desires in a balanced, healthy way. By integrating Freud's theories into our understanding of ourselves, we can learn to embrace our sexuality more fully. We can address and resolve any lingering conflicts, understand our desires better, and find a balance between our instinctual needs and societal norms. In conclusion, Freud's theories can provide a unique perspective on embracing and understanding your own sexuality. So, what have we learned about Freud's theories on sexuality? We've delved into Freud's model of the psyche, where the ID, ego, and superego interact in a continuous dance of desires, reality, and morality. We've navigated through the 5 stages of psychosexual development, from the oral to the genital stage, each with its unique focal point and potential conflicts. We've also examined the impact of these theories on embracing our sexuality. Understanding Freud's perspective can help us recognize the roots of our desires, accept them, and integrate them into our lives in a healthy, fulfilling way. Embracing our sexuality isn't just about our physical desires, but also about acknowledging our psychological needs and the intricate interplay between the two. Remember, understanding and embracing your sexuality is a personal journey, one that Freud's theories can shed some light on. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Freud's fascinating world of psychosexual development.